Alright people, welcome back to the channel. As you can see by the thumbnail, we have a new partnership to announce, and that partnership is none other than Under Armour. And we're here at Stoke Park, which is the UK's Under Armour optimisation centre when it comes to footwear, because this year they're launching the new shoe, the Under Armour Drive Pro Clone series. We're going to hop in the sim with Chris, the head pro here at Stoke Park. Let's see if we can gain some yardage with the new shoe and the optimisation. Once again, thank you so much for making all this happen.
Ready to go, guys?
So, Chris, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, head of footwear optimisation for Under Armour here at Stoke Park. We're going to go through a footwear optimisation process today with Dennis. See the shoes that you currently got on. We'll test them against the clones that we've got behind here. We'll look at the foot structure, and ultimately we can also build you some insoles down here as well, which we can get customisation on the bottom. We'll talk you through the benefits of the shoe, why it's been designed as it is, what the evolution is from the existing Drive Pro.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see some performance benefits over here on the force plates that you've got just here, and the TrackMan system that we've got behind us over here on the right. The first thing we're going to do, we're just going to get hit some balls in your existing shoes. Nothing more than that. We'll get some data, we'll get some sample data, and from there we'll progress them.
Sounds good.
So if you grab your 6 iron, that'd be great, 5 iron even, something that's got some length to it. What we would want to say, and what we do a lot with from a coaching perspective before we even talk about shoes, is, well, what is your shot shape? What should be your shot shape based on your body and your own dominance? What's going to happen in transition? We'll see that on the force plate. We'll see which way you move. I suspect you will move from inside out with your centre of mass. Again, that would suggest you should be a drawer of the ball. And then if you didn't draw the ball, it would be a concern. So the fact you do is good news.
Okay.
But we want to make that shot consistent. That will always be your most powerful shot.
Okay.
Because it's the one you're using your dominance to produce. If you look at the way we designed this shoe, particularly if I grab one from the rack over here, one of the most important things is, if you're somebody who is going to create a right to left shot, invariably you want to coil around and back into your right heel at the top, and around and forward into your left toe in the backswing. So you can imagine you're kind of doing that motion.
Yeah.
We designed the spikes in the shoe, and the fact that the shoe is designed in a rotational fashion rather than a straight up and down fashion to apply what we call shear force across the foot, like this, like you're turning a corkscrewing the foot against the ground, to enable you to create more force. Right. Hence the bar through the middle, hence the jaw layer in the midsole. One is soft, one is hard. The whole point of this is to increase torque, increase rotational resistance, so that you can then coil against the ground better. Then you can use that the other way. Well, as it's done, why is it performing as well as it's done? Because it is, in my opinion, in our opinion, the only shoe on the market that is designed to play golf. And I would be almost certain, we're going to get the data in a second, but almost certain that you'll be better in a spike shoe. Almost certain. Just seeing the way you move. Do you wear spikes ever?
Yeah, usually.
You do, usually.
I've always had a preference for that.
Get yourself into your setup position as you would normally do. Great. And then fire away. When you're ready, fire away. Hit that shot for us. Great. Wonderful. And we're just going to do that for 3 or 4 shots. It's measuring everything that we want, and then we can get a nice roll up. Right, so you keep hitting down rolling. Very cool. Right.
I'll take them on course.
Good ones, happy?
I would take them on course and run.
You seen yourself before at all? No?
Seen myself, yeah. From, well, obviously I have to grip through editing my own swing from the back angle, which is painful enough sometimes, but
we'll come into the shoe in a second, but what we really look for in terms of your your movement more than anything is how are you moving? How is your body or your weight, your centre of mass moving? My initial thought on this more than anything is there's a lot of movement. So if we go back to your ideal swing signature, let's call it, which is a push, which is a draw. Yeah, and the reason we can deduce that really is when we reach the top of the backswing, you can see that if I look at this here, you can see that your movement of your centre of mass out towards the top of the left. Makes sense? You're moving in that direction. So anybody, and you cannot cheat this system. This is the way that you will actually move. Anyone will move one or two ways. Top of the backswing, they're either going to move their weight from the back of the right foot to the front of the left, which is very common for your dominance, or they'll move from the midfoot to the back of the left heel. Right. Yeah, that you move as a push or a pull. We haven't seen anyone not move that way. Okay. And that's in JJ's case, 20 years of looking at force plates. You move one or the other. You have a signature. If you imagine how you would move your weight for that to work, so what you would do is you would, in your backswing, you would go to the front of the left foot and the back of the right foot, which you do really well. You're 61% back in your right heel. You're 100% in the toe of your left foot. Really good. So you're moving, in terms of your rotation element, you're doing pretty well. Okay. You're doing pretty well, you know, and I don't know if that's a conscious thought or that's just your golf swing. It could be either or. Yeah, so that's really good. The bit that you're struggling with is you're moving at the same time a long way off to the right. Okay. So you're doing really well front to back, but there's an awful lot of lateral motion. Exactly. That's the way it is. It's just the way it is. Yeah, the more centered you can stay, the more we can get real torque. We can improve, which is this figure over here, your peak force. So at the moment, you're doing pretty well. You're getting 1.78 times your body weight at peak force. So you have a lot of power. I think you could do it a lot further than 170. I really do. We should be seeing your rotation figure be at least 2, if not 2.5 times, in your case, your swaying translation figure. Right. So at the moment, we've got a little bit too much lateral and not quite enough rotation as a result. I think the rotation's okay. I think it's the lateral that's impinging it. Because if I try and turn, when I start moving over here, I don't turn as much. If I'm in the middle, bam, huge amounts of coil. Start with the spike shoot, mainly because it would help the lateral motion. Yeah. And the less we move laterally, the more you'll rotate, and that force figure will go up, no doubt at all. We peak our hand speed first, just after left arm parallel. So your hand speed is very good. You start to now center your body rather than going forwards, okay, and you start to go vertical. You get your peak force against the ground at this point, okay, which is good. And the reason I say that is because in your case, if you're a drawer of the ball, what you tend to do is you tend to push down, which you can see is happening here, this downward curve, and then you'll start to move up. The ground will start to push you back up. So if I'm pushing down that way, your peak force is going to happen at last parallel, and then you want to be using the ground reaction force as you hit the ball. That's how the club flings past you and it's a nice draw. Okay. If I'm hitting a fade, I don't have that motion so much. It tends to be at impact where I create my most force against the ground, I'm down longer, and then I start to move up after the ball. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to measure your feet, number one, first up, on the screen over here. We're going to flip the shoes off. I just want to check your shoes. So it's going to get you the size 9s, I believe. Fitted to the foot at the top. We're trying to eliminate all that gapping, all those lines. The great thing with this is when it comes on, it's going to fit like a glove. It's going to connect your foot to the base, to the midsole, to the sole plate. And what you're going to find when you're swinging that is you're going to feel like your foot and the shoe are connected together. And at the bottom, when we fit the insole for you, the custom insole, you'll feel like your foot is working with your shoe completely top, bottom, and connected to the sole plate at the bottom in terms of your swing motion.
My feet, there's always so much space at the toes. Yes. Always so much space.
So that'd be really interesting because these you should feel a much tighter fit. You should feel like it kind of grips you. Yeah. And then you're going to feel a lot more support that way. Awesome. So we'll put them on, we'll see how they are. Awesome. And we'll hit some balls with these on as well, yeah?
Let's do it.
So you'll feel now across the midfoot right through here, you've got a real connection, which that strong band does.
It's not just tight here, it feels like
it feels all the way down. Absolutely right, you got it. Lovely, well, felt nice. That was a 178, that one.
178.
First up cold as well. First up, not even a warm up. Don't do that.
178. Okay. The fit.
Very cold.
That works.
Spikes. It's okay. Very nice. Let's see one more. Oh yeah, great, yeah.
That's
Very centered, yeah.
a nice one, I think.
You know, things that I would point out generally. This is where we were. Initial 4 shots, and you said at the time, we're back. 158 carry, speed 87, clubber speed, ball speed 113. You can see the strike is completely across the face. Yeah. We haven't taken any shots out here, even the shank. We've not even
really?
Just left everything in there. See what happens. What we can see, 168. So your carry distance is up 8 yards, something like that. Your speed is up nearly 3 on that. Your ball speed is up 4. So it's not a made-up figure. 4 yards and 4 mile an hour ball speed is 2 yards a mile an hour. It's 8. It's not.
That's mental.
And the biggest thing for me is without the shank.
That is crazy.
Look how much more centered you've hit the ball. We're now starting to see a much more centered impact, which is the main relationship that we see, rather than it being scattered across the face. Because of the way you're coiling and the stability, we're starting to see a much more centered impact. We're seeing the figures as a result go up.
I feel like I just need to, this is not staged. I didn't know what to expect because you guys are probably watching thinking foot optimization, shoes, but this is genuinely blowing my mind.
Where we were, 0.52 lateral motion, 0.99 rotation, peak 178. First shot you hit, immediate difference. So you're now over 2, pushing up towards where we want to be. The peak force has gone up by 0.6. We're into the 1.8 now. If I show you this here, if you see where your left knee starts, your left knee, if we track it up here on the system, starts here. At the top of the backswing, it's quite far inwards. Now, why is this factor? Well, essentially, when you're making a coil, what we're trying to do is get the biggest gap you possibly can between your left knee and your right hip. Okay, what happens when your foot's flat is your left knee works inwards, like this, and it slightly compromises our ability to create as much coil as we can. You should be able to push that left knee nice and forward as you coil. You should feel more stretch, and we should be able to improve the peak force up even further than we've already done so.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's really the plan.
We're working some magic today. We're dialing it in. We're dialing it in.
Nice.
Trust the process. So the insoles have been built. It's going to feel quite alien, I think.
It feels different. Not necessarily always worse. You look at sometimes we'll say actually it feels much more structured, much more supportive.
Yeah.
The feet feel connected. And as you say, not in a tight manner. Hopefully.
It feels like
connected.
that. Yeah.
Right, what we're going to do? Get yourself positioned. We're going to make a final set of data. It's going to push over the toes of your left foot there. Good. Very good. Great. Nice coiling. Okay. Oof. That's okay. Very nice. So to strike that one, no?
Yes.
Oh, God.
I'm so handsy. I'm so handsy.
It's okay. We're just looking purely at how you're moving and how you're able to create hopefully a bit more torque when you're making. That's great there, by the way. That left knee was good. The coiling of the hips was awesome. The right place. It's great. Loved it. Very good.
That's very good. Bit quick on that.
Okay. Read that. Very good. Good. Nice. In terms of coiling, good, yeah?
Yeah, coiling was great, swing was horrendous.
Downswing was not quite so much.
Yeah, too much focus on the coiling.
Good. Very good.
So we got.
Like the coiling action.
Yeah.
I'll take you through the data now with some of you. We're sort of finishing up these things, but if you take these shots, again, we have edited, we've hit 9 in this sample, so it's a bigger sample of shots. Your numbers are very similar to what we were doing in the initial change from to the clone.
Yeah.
But within that sample, if we actually look at some of these shots individually, you've actually got some in there where you're up to 121 ball speed. So there's some in there that are carrying, that's a 180 carry. There's one you said, oh, that's good. That's the one you said to me. I think that's got to be the best one I've struck. There's some other ones down here. Again, this one was 122 ball speed. So I know there was slightly left, but there's a, you know, despite the sort of overall staying the same, because it's a larger sample, you can still see you've maintained that improvement you had from your initial data set, and there is some that you start to hit really well. The initial ones were sort of in the late 160s. There's quite a few of this late sample that are up to 175, 180, which is good.
Yeah.
Over here, again, we're starting to see the transition, the translation figure reduce. It was 0.55. Now it's down to 0.36.
Is that the swaying?
That's the swaying.
Right, okay,
You're
good.
maintaining the rotation pretty good. You're up to nearly 2.5 times there, rotation to translation, which is brilliant. We can see in your sequencing that you're starting now to get the peak of the hands and the body earlier. You're now extending out the grain, so how straight up and down your movement is here through impact. So yeah, at the middle, so maybe we didn't get absolute maximum on that one, but there's definitely an improvement, I would say, in speed and in force.
Yeah.
And in stability, ultimately, which is the most important thing.
Fully agreed.
And a bit of practice.
Yes, yeah, that would go a long way.
Good to.
Thank you very much.
Very enjoyable.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you, and yeah, hopefully we'll see some further improvement as you move forward.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you check out the new UA Drive Pro clone shoe, and if you're in the area, or even if you're not in the area, check out Chris and the shoe optimization session. This studio is epic. See you in the next one. Peace.